Well, it's great to have the two of you, Ernie Allen and Troels Oerting. We've just finished a two-day summit here in Redmond, the first Microsoft Cybercrime Enforcement Summit. I know for me it was a wonderful opportunity to really meet with some of the world's experts, leaders in global cybercrime enforcement. And I just wanted to chat with the two of you a little bit about some of the big themes that really popped for each of you. And if I could, I'd start with you, Ernie. I know you're one of the world's experts, perhaps the leading expert when it comes to fighting child exploitation and crimes involving children. I wondered if you could talk a little bit about some of the takeaways you had from the summit these last 2 days.
Well, I think there are a couple of key takeaways. One is that for all of the progress, and the progress has been massive, that this is a problem that is evolving, it is morphing, it's moving. The technological challenges are huge, but I think it was a really hopeful meeting. You brought together not only law enforcement leaders from around the world, but technology experts, academics, people in the trenches doing the work, and it was very clear to me that there's a shared agenda, that Microsoft has made it possible for all of these entities to work together to find solutions that none of us are going to produce if we act alone.
Yeah, well, I know, Ernie, we certainly believe that the problem is way too big for any one organization to solve. I'm heartened that you're encouraged by what we started the last 2 days. It's certainly exciting to us that we think we're continuing to make progress, but a long way to go. For sure. Troels, if I could just ask you, in your role in Europol and running the European Cybercrime Center, I wondered if you could comment a little bit on, the way you think about this kind of the new era of partnership when it comes to fighting cybercrime globally.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I would actually echo what Ernie said, that it's tremendous what Microsoft has done here and to bring everybody together and with an agenda that is interesting for all of us and very important for the societies, how we can keep the internet secure, safe, and also open and transparent. And I think that needs a new global outreach. This is not something that governments or law enforcement or legislators can do. We need to actually reach out to private companies and to other stakeholders, also academia. And I think we see here first a very good step, very good support, the right people, and we're not just talking, we're actually trying to make actions, which I very much prefer, because I think that we have spent immense amounts of time in trying to assess and discuss the problem, and in the meantime you see more and more cybercrime. So I think we need to go from talking to actually implementing. And that is why I'm also so happy to have been here, because the outcome of my meeting has been tangible agreements with Microsoft on fighting crime at the internet in an open and transparent way. So I'm very, very grateful for that, and we will follow up, and I think this is just the first right step, and we need to take a lot of more steps, so we cannot sleep, we cannot just go back home and say mission accomplished. It's not accomplished, but we will accomplish.
I know we've been working with your organizations, we at Microsoft, for years now. I think this was the first time we've actually had a cybercrime enforcement summit like this. I think part of our thinking was, we're so pleased with some of the progress we've made, but we know how much further we need to go. And our thinking was, hey, let's get people together and really define a new kind of era in partnership. So I really want to pick up on a point you made about doing concrete things. So Microsoft signed a memorandum of understanding with Europol today. Yeah. I wonder if you could comment a little bit, Troels, on the sort of concrete things that you expect and hope will follow as a result of that memorandum of understanding and meeting over the last 2 days here in Redmond.
I think what I will bring with me home is a continuation of the very good cooperation we had before we signed the MOU. But now we have agreed on a couple of real actions. First of all, we will participate law enforcement-wise much more in botnet takedowns. That's important that we do it from law enforcement also, because if you just remove it, they will rebuild it again, and we need to identify and hunt down the wolves behind these crimes, and we can do this in partnership. So this is tangible result number one. Number two is that I actually have decided to deploy a liaison officer here, who will be in office here in DCU from time to time in order to prepare more real operations trying to address banking scams, botnets or other crimes going on the internet, where we need to engage with the European Union, where we have 500 million people, 2.9 million law enforcement officers in a big area without borders, and where we need to work with you in order to have a lasting impact on crime, and not just, small operations, but real lasting impact.
I think what's exciting from the Microsoft perspective now is to really address the needs of people like you two who are doing such important work, but if there's an opportunity for us to provide tools, technology that can really help you make even a bigger impact than you are today, that would just be so exciting. And we recognize at Microsoft there's some things we have to take a leadership role in. We have some technologies and tools and cloud and big data. The power of our data analysis we know can help you so much. As you all have said, as you pointed out, Troels, you have authority to do things that people at Microsoft used to have when we were in law enforcement, put handcuffs on people, send people to jail. Together, I'm quite confident, with leaders like you, Ernie, leaders like you, Troels, we can really build a safer internet, and I know that's something we're all really focused on doing. Thank you both very much, and thanks for coming this week.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.